Game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point. Knocked loose. Smith for three. Kept alive. Here's James. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because to me it's just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind. Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Bogut drives in.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Here's James. Battles through traffic and lays it in. James has got 6.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
That's good.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know, though, Clark. That defender was on him like glue on that possession. That would have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
And the rejection by James. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Love's got 5.
Boy, you gotta love that assist by LeBron.
And Green gets it to go.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's LeBron. He has 6. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Andrew Bogut.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Cleveland leading by 5. And LeBron throws it down.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
And the Warriors with some changes. Bogut comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Rush in for Andre Iguodala. Thompson passes to Rush. It's Curry outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Now Thompson, following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end. And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking it.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. Iman Shumpert's checked in for Smith. And again, no good by Golden State.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, used to love to go up and jam like that.
Warriors trailed by 8. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And the Warriors miss again.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system, but you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways. How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
Irving drives in. The offensive rebound. James kicks to Irving. The three. Rebound Bogut. Got it up. What a play. Simple. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 9. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Barbosa. Ezeli is out there with Maurice Spates. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Livingston in at the point guard. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Now Cleveland moving it up. James with the ball. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Cavaliers ball.
Lets the three fly. The Warriors pull it in.
Boy, in the film session, they'll say that was a well-challenged shot.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 16. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LeBron's got 18 points.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Golden State foul.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Smith checked in for the Cavaliers.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite. And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball. And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 18. Smith missing again.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was the head of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much, he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
Warriors trailed by 12, and he gets the bucket. Curry's got 9 points.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
For three. Again, Curry missing.
And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Hart. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had, leading his team to 67 wins last year.
Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. He's got 12.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
No good from Bogut.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games. Boy, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his second here in the quarter, after none in the first.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And stolen by Irving. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking